everyone. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy. And this is your weekly energy reading where we talk all about the messages that have come through for me, for you guys, in order for us to make the most of the weekly energy. We're feeling into the energy. We're talking about the energy, how it's impacting us, and how we can use it so that we can best navigate the week. So I first pass along the messages that I have connected with, and then we're going to dive into the tarot cards. I'm going to pull an oracle card today too, just because I got the message to do that. So we'll see what comes up with that. How are you guys feeling in this energy? I talked a lot last week about magic, about us being the magnet and magnetizing these incredible things to us, right? And about the rainbow and the promise that on the other side of hardship, really beautiful things come in. And I still feel like we're in that energy, but I'm really curious from you guys, what have you noticed? What kind of magic has shown up for you in this past week? Maybe even today, maybe the past several weeks. What kind of magic has been showing up into your world? What kinds of things are you feeling grateful for? Because I think that there is always a lot of magic available to us, but I think especially right now, the intentions that we're putting out there are being received and being responded to very, very quickly. So it's a really magical time of creation right now. So on the flip side of that, we want to make sure that we're focusing our thoughts, our intentions, our energy on what it is that we want to be creating, not what we don't want to be creating. Because if we focus on what we're worried about, what we don't want to create, if we spend too much time in that, we can actually be creating the very things that we don't want to be creating, especially in this more magnetic, more magical energy where there's, I think, way more creation power. So I would love to hear from you guys. Please comment and let me know, like, what's been showing up for you. I have just been working with so many signs and synchronicities in my world, and I'll share this story just as a personal example of some magic. So for a little while, I was really struggling. I've mentioned that I've had this issue with the frozen shoulder, and that really got me down and out for a while. I was in a lot of pain. It made everything very difficult for me to do, and I just was not in a great space. It was amazing to me how quickly that tanked my energy, but it also tanked my drive, my motivation, my focus, all of the things that I wanted to be creating. And so I'm a very intentional person. So it's not like I stepped completely away from that, but I definitely wasn't in my best habits. I wasn't doing all of the best things in order to create the life that I want to be creating. And so I just have felt like lately, now that that's letting up a bit and I'm making progress with that, I'm noticing that I'm starting to feel more driven, more motivated, more excited to create opportunities for myself again. And so stepped back into that energy and have been really, really intentional every single day, almost to the point, like the level that I'm experiencing it. And I think that this is a collective thing, is like this energy of kind of going back to the beginning. So when I say back to the beginning, going back to when I was first starting to do this work, and the energy that I held then, the excitement that I held then. And I felt this really strong pull to go back into that and to let that rejuvenate me and let that remind me of not only my gratitude for how far things have come, but just my gratitude for getting to do the work that I do now. And that's been really powerful for me, but it felt like coming back to the beginning. And so when it felt like coming back to the beginning, I had this really cool experience when I first decided that I was going to do this, that I was going to leave my work as a professional mental health therapist and start to do the intuitively led life coaching that I do now, which is what I call soul therapy. I mean, it was a big leap of faith. It was very scary. I didn't have a lot of backup to that. Like, it just was this huge leap of faith. And I said, I just need a sign. I just need to know that this is what I need to do. And I woke up that night and saw this really random, right? But interesting, like this orange sticky note that was like floating to me. And on the orange sticky note, as it got closer to me, I could read the words, go for it, right? So the next morning I got up, remembered that experience, got an orange sticky note, and I wrote go for it on it. And I've had that on the other side of this sign that I really love since then. And it's just been my reminder. So anyway, the other day I have like a relatively newer purse and I reached in to grab some lip gloss and pulled out an orange sticky note. Like this is, we're talking like this all happened 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. Pull out another orange sticky note, and I can post the picture, but it just was this plain blank orange sticky note with a sun on it. And for me, like that was that message of the sun card in the tarot, right? It's like, let's go back to the beginning where you started, go back to the roots, go back to the excitement. And it's time to shine your light, right? That was like for me, the message that I got with that. So anyway, long story, but my point is like that there's magic happening all around us, and this is happening all the time, but I feel like the magic is really being turned up right now. And if you're paying attention, it's something that is just a sticky note, and I still have zero idea how that got into this relatively new purse. Never seen that sticky note before. Just a random sticky note on its own, not even a package of sticky notes sitting there in my purse when I reach my hand in to grab out lip gloss. So what was just a sticky note becomes something really magical and a message from our guides and our angels. And I want you guys to pay attention to this kind of stuff, like to show you how supported you are, to show you how you're on the right track. I think so many of us are getting it, but a huge part of the message that I got for myself, but I got in this energy that it's time for us to come out of hiding. It's time for us to let ourselves be seen. Right? As much as a lot of people will say, well, of course I want to be seen. Of course I want to be valued. Of course I want people to appreciate me. I want people to celebrate me, whatever that is, right? Unconsciously, where are we blocking that, right? I've been kind of aware, like, where am I like holding myself back from fully sharing my message, from fully being myself, from fully shining my light, from kind of stepping back and letting other people take opportunities ahead of me because I felt like they were maybe better for it in my mind. So like those kinds of things, right? Where are we stepping into the shadows when we need to be stepping into the light, when we need to be letting ourselves be seen? And so it is for us as a collective time to come out of hiding. Where are you hiding? What are you hiding? And isn't it time to just let yourself be seen, right? And to let yourself be truly seen. I think there's this call lately, especially for us to be our authentic selves. And I've really been working on that. How do I show up more authentically in every relationship that I have, in every interaction that I have, in every video that I make, whatever this is, like just allowing it to shine through me more and more and more and letting myself get more comfortable with it. And as we do that, this is like that thing I was saying last week that's turning the magnet on, right? That's magnetizing to us all that stuff that I feel is kind of like just waiting on the fringes, ready to come in for us whenever we're ready, whenever we are allowing ourselves to release the block. So if you're frustrated, like, oh, the things that I've been manifesting aren't happening for me, I would encourage you to think about, how can I let myself be seen more? How can I put myself out there more? How can I take more risks with the things that are important to me? How can I be more vulnerable, right? Being vulnerable is a huge way that we allow ourselves to be seen. I also feel like we need to be following our curiosity this week. So letting your curiosity kind of lead you, right? I think we've been breaking out of these mindsets, these systems, these boxes that we've kept ourselves stuck in, and we're being called to continue to do that. And your curiosity is going to lead you out of that. Let that curiosity, that's your intuition leading you. That's your intuition showing you. And as we allow that, we just kind of allow that curiosity, I think we're naturally going to find ourselves being seen, being more attractive in different ways, being more attracting in different ways. One of the things that I connected with was an affirmation, and I'm going to read it to you. And it says, I bring my unique magic into every room I enter and every interaction I have. I'm going to say it one more time. I bring my unique energy into every room I enter and every interaction I have. I bring my unique energy into every interaction I have, every room I enter, and into every interaction I have. Write that down, repeat it in comments, let me know. And by the way, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button so that you can catch all of the videos. If you're watching this on my Facebook, hit that like button on YouTube. All of these things help to support the channel, and it helps to get these videos where they need to go. Share it with a friend, share it with somebody who needs to hear these messages. But can we walk into a room like we're magical? Because we are. You're so magical. And can you start to recognize that magic within you and walk into that room? I called this video, Bring Out That Humble Magic, right? So this isn't about arrogance. This isn't about ego at all. It's just about that knowing that you were created of God and God is within you and you are magical. So if you just kind of say, let me for the next 2 weeks walk into every room as though I'm magical and I'm bringing magic into that space. I'm bringing magic into this interaction. I'm bringing magic into my work. I'm bringing magic into even the most mundane tasks that I'm doing. How is that going to change your life? How does that make life feel more magical? How does that make people receive you in a way that's more magical? You might even in your mind kind of see the sparkles around you, like you're magical, right? But with that, you have to let yourself be seen. You can't walk into the room like you're magic and then go hide in the corner. And so it's going to be really important for us to stay in that energy and to not move out of that energy every chance we get because we feel uncomfortable. I want you to pay attention to where you feel called to step out of that magic, right? With whatever, and pay attention to those thoughts. What are those thoughts telling you? You don't deserve to walk into a room like you're magic. Who the fuck do you think you are, right? Like thoughts like that, that's fear. That's not truth. You are magic. And so when we do that and we begin to embody that, the brain will catch up eventually. And again, it's humble magic. So this isn't about like, I know everything for everyone, but I know what I need to know for me. I know that I am magic and that my magic is going to be shared with whoever and whatever is meant to connect with it. That doesn't make me better than anyone. That doesn't make me some great oracle here in this world that has all of the answers. It just makes me magical in the situations that I am meant to be magical in. And so like it gets to be humble magic, and it gets to be this understanding that you're not doing the magic on your own, right? You're working with a team here. You've got a spirit team. You're working with God. You're co-creating with God. So it's okay and important to also hold that gratitude for the magic that you hold and for the magic that's showing up in your experience and for the messages and signs and synchronicities that are coming in here. We're doing this as a team. And that's where that humble magic comes in. I feel like we also need to make sure that we don't get caught up in why something isn't going to work, right? I think that it's really easy, especially when we are in Gemini season, to like get caught up in our head and try to break it all down, and we end up just shutting the entire thing down. Don't get caught up in why it won't work. If it's something that's important to you, I want you to give it everything that you have, and I want you to let your mind explore, what could I be doing to make it work? This isn't about forcing. We don't want to force anything, but what might I do in order to help it to work? What steps do I need to take? How can this work? Not, it can't work, but how do I make this work? And a lot of times we're not sure on that answer. And this is where I invite God in. This is where I say, God, universe, show me how. If I'm meant to do this, show me how. Show me the steps that I need to take. And then I let myself be that humble servant, and I just follow through with what it is that I'm being shown I need to do. That's your intuition. That's guiding the way. That is your GPS for your soul. It's showing you every step of the way, everything that you need to be doing. And so as we honor that, as we lean into that, we allow everything to unfold in the way that it needs to. But it's not going to unfold if we're hiding. It's not going to unfold if we're not willing to let ourselves be seen. The right people that are meant to be in your life are going to be in your life. The right circumstances that are meant for you are going to be around for you. But as you lean into this, you open yourself up to those things, right? Last week we were talking about what you are searching for is also searching for you. And I feel that, right? And it's like, if it hasn't arrived yet, it's there, and we have to open to it, but we have to let ourselves be seen and be out there in order for us to be open to that. That's really the key here in this energy. So I hope that makes sense to you all. So I bring my unique magic into every room I enter. I want you to see that, feel that, believe it, say it. I bring my unique energy into every room I enter and every interaction I have. How powerful is that? Walking into a room like a force of nature, a force of humble nature, a force of humble magic, humble nature, understanding how powerful you are, but also honoring everybody else's magic and everybody else's path that they're working on, because we don't want to take that and move into trying to force anything, guide people where they don't want to be guided. Oh, I love this so much. But let me know how is the magic showing up for you? What's been going on for you? And maybe it's like just a shift, right? The magic can be a shift. It's, for me, seeing some things differently, understanding where I need to see some things differently, understanding where I need to get out of my own way, where I'm blocking the things that I say that I want through my choices, through my thoughts, I have this tendency to shrink, right? Just shrink into the background. And I think about opportunities that I've had to be in the room with some really incredible people, and I've let my shyness, because I naturally am very much an introvert and naturally very shy. Some people laugh at that and they're like, no way, that's not true. It's so true. It's interesting. I got a little nervous before I went to hit record on this video. I still get nervous sometimes. And I'm just naturally shy and introverted, but I see where I've held myself back, and it became really clear this week. No, you've got to just get in there. You're as deserving of this as other people, and you get to be in rooms with people that you think are incredible and have them think that you're incredible too. I have magic just like they do, right? I just have different magic. So it's that awareness. It's time to stop hiding and shrinking myself. I'm curious, is that coming through for you guys? Do you see how you're hiding yourself? What is happening there with that? Okay. And I'm going to do one more oracle card. I'm almost done shuffling. One more. I love it so much. Okay. So these, I knew I was supposed to pull these oracle cards today, right? So the first one, hard to read because of my light. All the blessings everywhere, it says. And it says gifts from the universe, synchronicities, right? What was I just saying? Amazing. And it's all these little hearts, right? So maybe even showing up in the form of hearts. That kind of stuff. I would say those are love notes from the universe. But the other one that I just pulled, the sovereignty of magic. And it says synchronicities, miracles, spiritual forces. What else do you need? It's going to be a magical week if you allow it, if you're open to it, if you're willing to put yourself out there and be vulnerable, say what you need to say, do what you need to do. Then we're magnetizing it, right? I would be, if I were you, setting daily intentions and looking for evidence every single day that either those intentions have happened or that there is energy moving in that direction. That's what I've been doing every day recently, and every day I get that confirmation. It's incredible because we have options, 7 of Cups. We have lots of options ahead in front of us, and it's like exploring which options are going to be best for us, are going to be the best fit. But we have options because we are magical and we have incredible things that are coming in. So we might even find ourselves a little overwhelmed with options and trying to figure out what's going to be the best fit. Some options with the 7 of Cups are better than others. Some options are going to help you to lean more into your magic, lean more into a magical life, a better life, and some are not, right? So what I would say is like, how does it feel? How do you feel in response to it? Using that discernment, right? And I feel like I need to say not all that glitters is gold. So don't get caught up in like, okay, a fancy package of some kind, an attractive person of some kind. I want you to remember that you deserve amazing, amazing things. I think that that's so important. This has this energy of leveling up our standards, expecting more, being in that humble magic, being that person that knows that we want to be kind and honoring of other people and honoring God and recognizing the importance of God and spirituality and the universe in our life, while also being really magical and knowing that we're magical and knowing that the God within us deserves incredible people, places, and things in our life. Like, this is understanding our worth. It's understanding our value. It's an opportunity to level up with that this week. If you can lean into it, you don't have to fully buy that concept, but if you can start to act as if you have magic within you, that you light the room up with magic in every room that you walk into, you're going to start to create that for yourself. Because it's time, 3 of Wands, it's time for things to happen. It's time for things to develop. It might be time to get out there and explore and experience and try new things and have adventures. And it's also time for things to happen, things we've been waiting on for a long time. But we needed to know who we are. We need to know who we are in order for that to arrive. I think there's been a lot of this exploration, like, who am I? And what is my purpose in this world? And how do I show up? And we want to be purposeful. But we also want to understand that we deserve it simply because we are. Right? And finding that balance, right? Again, to me, that's that balance of that humble magic. And if we can do that, I think that that's really important. 3 of Cups, things we're celebrating this week. Things we're celebrating, but also making sure that we are celebrating what we already have, what has already developed. Like, I just feel like these little bursts of excitement, these moments of excitement all day, every day, if we're allowing it. Oh, wow, that's a sign that this energy is moving. Oh, wow, like that happened. I created that. Oh, wow, like this is moving forward, right? And it's just like this excitement all the time, setting intentions and then looking for the evidence that that's moving forward in some way, shape, or form every day. And in some way holding that energy of excitement, of celebration, and maybe even choosing to celebrate with people that you care about, with people that matter to you, right? This is definitely get back out there energy if you have been hermiting yourself, hermit in reverse, right? It's get back out there. It's get out there, celebrate, have fun with the people that matter the most to you, with the people that light you up, with the people that see you, with the people that celebrate you, and you celebrate them as well. See them as well. See their magic, right? This isn't about just shining your magic. It's about finding the magic in everyone else, because there is magic that exists in everyone else, even in those people that have been absolutely terrible to us. That doesn't mean they have to be in our lives. That doesn't mean we have to interact with them, but we can recognize that there is a divine love that exists within every single human being that walks this planet. And sometimes that's just helpful for me in terms of letting go of heaviness. Like I don't want to hold hate for anyone or even anger for an extended period of time for anyone. I want to send them divine love and move on with my life. If they have been, damaging for me, right? So it's okay. Like it's all love. The next card, Chariot. It's time to move forward. It's time to go, right? It's time to lean into something. It's time to take the steps that we need to be taking to create. It's time to move in such a way that you're shining brighter, that people are noticing the work that you're doing. They're noticing the movement. I think that as we choose it, we will get that. We will get more being celebrated, being seen, being honored, being valued, right? But that doesn't happen. Like it doesn't work the other way around where it's like, oh, all of a sudden people around me are starting to see my worth. They're starting to see my value. They're starting to celebrate me. No, it starts with me, right? It starts with, I celebrate me. I see me. I value me. I know my magic. I show up in magic. And because of that, then people respond to that. So it starts with you, right? And I don't know, like this just feels like a very like peacocking kind of showy energy. And again, it's humble. It's not arrogant. It's not like ego. It's just like, I know that I am light and I'm going to walk into every room accordingly. And that's really beautiful. Two of Swords. It's time to, I don't know, I get this energy of like hiding a little bit with this, right? She's got a blindfold on. She's got the swords across her. And it's just like, no, don't get too close. Don't see me. I don't want to look at you. Like it's kind of that energy, right? But it's like at a certain point we have to let our guard down. We have to let ourselves be seen. Like she's not even that protected, right? These swords, they look pretty heavy to hold them like that for a long time. And I've got a shoulder issue. I wouldn't be able to do that right now, but they look heavy, right? Like that's a feat. Let it go. Let yourself go with the flow a little bit more, right? I feel like we are making decisions right now that are important, that are impacting where we're going next. But this is really calling us to listen to our intuition and to think bigger, to dream bigger, right? Because I think a lot of times like the Two of Swords, like she's keeping herself stuck in a box. Like, okay, I can do this thing or I can do this thing. And it's like, but no, what about like a bigger plan? What about God's plan for you? What about where you're intuitively being led? What about that? Are you listening to that? Because if you're listening to that, you're not going to keep yourself small. You're not going to keep yourself stuck within just these very limited possibilities. We have so many possibilities that are happening for us, that are arriving into our experience. And so embrace the magic. Be the light, be the magic, embody the magic, live your life as though you are magic because you are. All right, guys, those are your messages for the week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know. If you are watching this on my YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Please share this. I appreciate so much the shares. You guys have no idea because sometimes it's hard to get these videos out there and this helps me to connect with new people. So if you're just like, intuitively, I feel like this person needs this message, send it to them. Post it on your page, whatever you want to do, but share it. Comment below with somebody's name who needs to hear it. Whatever that is. Rena's saying, I am magical. Yes, you are magical. And hell yes, you are. Like, you are so magical. And let it out, let it shine through. Let people see it. It's time. So get out there, guys. But I love you all. I will see you soon with another video. Take care.